Happy Mother's Day to my mom and anybody else who's celebrating out there. You guys are appreciated. Alright, let's get straight into tonight's video. What I would like to talk about tonight is a quote that I heard actually just a few days ago on a podcast. And it went along the lines of, if you judge yourself, you can't love yourself. And when I first heard that, I thought it was amazing, but I'm like, it's so hard to do. It's so hard to break that negative self-talk, those patterns that we just, we talk to ourselves and just in our thoughts. And a lot of times it's just negative. So what my mind came to was, that's so true. Because what we tell ourselves, the words that we tell ourselves, that we hear, we believe over time. I'm a very solution-based person. What is a solution for this? A few things come to my mind that I'd like to share about it tonight. The first thing is, I've said it a lot on many of my videos, meditation, prayer. For me, it's writing. Now it's running, working out, talking to other people, having a social network, and just allowing myself to be honest and have humility. What is another form of therapy that can help this? And what comes to my mind is CBT. And in short, what is CBT? Well, CBT is a form of talk therapy that is goal-oriented, and it's used very commonly today, and it basically changes the way you think, your negative self patterns. And there's an old saying that if you could change the way you think, you could change the way you behave. I think it's worth looking into to see how it can change the way we view certain situations. CBT helps with anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorders, substance use disorder. It helps with a variety of mental health disorders. And what is CBT? How does CBT benefit us? First is it helps our self-esteem. It boosts our self-esteem, positive affirmation. It allows us to reframe the way we are negatively thinking about ourselves or a certain situation. It helps us with our emotional regulation. And it also helps us with just the way we cope. I truly believe that this is something very important to focus on, because what we tell ourselves matters. No doubt if anybody else says something to you, then that matters as well. But we're with ourselves most of the time, and our thoughts, what we think about, does matter. And ultimately, it sets up where we're heading in life. If we're thinking pretty negatively, it's not coincidental that things aren't just going to pan out that well, because we're just in a negative state of mind. I say this to elevate you, hopefully inspire you to change the way you think. Look into CBT, working with a therapist, and see how it could benefit you and just your overall mood and the way you see things. I think that there's a variety of reasons how CBT helps, and I know in my life that CBT has definitely helped me. And even now, as I am counseling other clients, I try to utilize CBT in the way that I speak as well. It's just reframing the way you look at certain situations.